Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this build update, we're going to be talking about walls, ceilings, and mixed feelings, plus a little bit of painting on the outside. Coming up. So this is for you guys out there, and as a new father, I've been thinking a lot about legacy. And I think that as men, we seek to leave a lasting legacy behind. And one way to achieve that is by starting a family, especially with a nurturing partner who can provide a loving and stable environment for our children. Now, Filipinos really do understand the deep significance of building a family because they know that it's about creating a strong foundation that will resonate for generations to come. But legacy is more than just genetics. It's the traditions and love that we instill in our children. It can't be measured in wealth, but in the influence that we leave behind. So starting a family isn't just good for your legacy. Starting a family is the legacy itself. So if you're on the search for the perfect woman to build your legacy with, consider a Filipina, because a Filipina is a woman who understands the value of family, love, and tradition. So take the first step, click on the link below, and visit christianfilipina.com today. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So walls, ceilings, and mixed feelings. We'll start with the walls. So here in the inside of the house, we've been working with a render that's going over all of the AAC. So as you can see, it's white all the way around, and all the bedrooms are going to be white. The only thing that will not be is going to be this gray wall behind me. And this is going to be our media wall. We went with gray because we just kind of wanted to break it up a little bit. I mean, there's so much white, which is good because it's bright. It makes the place feel bigger. This gray is just going to be perfect for when you're watching TV or you're watching a movie, you're just chilling out. It just kind of gives you some mellow vibes. So it's not like it's just bright and in your face at all times. Plus, you know, with that dark gray around the large screen TV, it just kind of feels a little bit more cinematic, like you're in your own little mini theater. The product that we're using is from a company called Build Right. No, we are not sponsored, but Build Right, if you want to send us product, we'll take it because we've used so much of it. And what we've had to do is put 3 layers on all of the walls. So the guys have had to kind of go in different directions. So what I mean by that is if they started on the wall and they went in a downward motion or like up and down motion, the second layer would have to be all to the side. And so that's to get a nice complete coverage. Plus, because, you know, AAC block, it's not like it's just completely flat. I mean, it is, but you know, it isn't when you're stacking blocks. Sometimes you might be off just a little bit. So the render, we put that on to get a nice smooth surface. So they put 3 layers on, and then once done, they give it a nice sanding, and it feels smooth like glass. I thought that we would be able to just leave it the color that it is, but that's how men think, right? So when Wila got here, she said, absolutely not, because the color reminds me of the color of walls at schools. And so we're gonna end up painting everything that you see that's white is gonna get painted white, just like the ceilings. We'll get to the ceilings in a moment. And the same goes with this gray wall. Now, we've done 3 layers on this, and instead of sanding it down, we really do like the textured look that's given. We had a little accident today. My guy accidentally pulled the trigger on a paint spray gun, and we got a little bit of splatter, but that's okay, because we can work with that. We can get rid of that, cover that up, and make it look brand new again. On the ceilings, which you can see above me, we had to put in what is called hardy board or hardy flex board or like a cement fiber board. But before putting that up, of course, it's got to hold on to something. So the guys had to get some metal fairings, some metal channels, and they had to put those up in a grid format. Once they were put up in a grid format, then they had to get some metal ties and basically attach to the metal framing and then attach the opposite end to the actual roof frame. So it's just super, super strong. Now, when putting up these fiber boards, we never let four corners meet. So we always bricklayed everything. And then once putting those in, we got ourselves an acrylic sealant, put a couple of layers on all the joints. The purpose of that is because typically here is when they put up their cement fiber board, they will just put a skim coat on. Maybe they'll put some sort of a sealant in between the panels, but the reason why we went for an acrylic sealant is because it's flexible. So we all know that houses move, houses shift. And a lot of times here in the Philippines, you'll see cracking between all the fiberboard. Well, to avoid that and to mitigate that, we put a flexible acrylic sealant in between all the panels. That way, if there's any sort of movement, that sealant's going to stretch. Now, we put more than one coat on there in between all the panels. We put 2 to 3 because that sealant tends to shrink up as it cures. So if there was any shrinkage, then we filled in that gap to make sure that there was plenty of flex. So yeah, we've got render on the walls. They're finalizing that right now, which means that in a couple days we'll start painting the inside of the house. With the ceiling, that has already been painted. So once they put that acrylic sealant on, they painted it with a matte white paint. So it looks amazing right now. But if you notice, there's no holes in the ceiling. There's only one wire right there that's hanging out. But pretty soon we're gonna have a guy go up there and he's going to cut holes where all of our recessed lighting will be. And so the goal right now is, even though we're having a little bit of trouble, we are going to be putting in LED, LED recessed lights. And these are going to be RGB lights, which means that we can change them into any color, because what we want to do is keep this house a smart house. So it could be with, you know, Alexa or Siri or Google and any one of those platforms. But we really want to kind of have a little bit of a techie house over here. You know, we can program the lights to dim themselves, you know, at any given time. You know, we can have an evening look, a morning look, a daytime look, but we probably won't have a daytime look because, I mean, look at all these windows, look at the size of those, and we get so much sunlight that comes in here. It's awesome. But yeah, pretty soon we'll have holes in the ceilings for the recessed lights as well as the ceiling fans. And so we're gonna get 4 ceiling fans in here, 1 in each of the 3 bedrooms, and then 1 in the living room, otherwise known as the sala. Once we get those lights, we'll get those installed, and this place is going to look cool. Now, today is a Thursday over here. This Sunday, we're going to be finalizing all of our windows, all of our inside doors, as well as we need to finalize our kitchen cabinets, because right now we're just in the finishing stages. So once we get all those things in, we've got ourselves a working house. We also got to get toilets and sinks, and we got to finalize our tiles, both for the bathrooms and as a backsplash for the kitchen. But for all intents and purposes, I mean, we are nearing the end of this house. Now, what's going on outside is we just started painting the house today. So in the last video, you may have seen a gray render on the outside of the house, but now you can see that we've got white all over the place. And we haven't gone full circle. with the house as far as the first layer, but we should have everything done, if not by the end of tomorrow, by the end of Saturday. And so you can see that white walls with the black cladding, it looks really, really nice. I mean, this place is gonna look really clean. So now I talked about mixed feelings. So the mixed feelings, that has to do with the kitchen cabinets. And with the kitchen cabinets, we've pretty much got three options for materials here. We have aluminum, we have wood, and we have glass. We're really not quite sure on what we should do. A lot of people have told us that most people use aluminum. I don't know that I just want to use all aluminum. I know that they would use that on the framing and that they would use those as the skin material for it. You know, people are trying to sway us from using wood because of termites here. And termites here, that can be a real problem. I don't know how you would combat them over here. For those of us that come from the West, you've probably seen them throw a tent over the whole house and fumigate and get rid of termites that way. But I'm not really sure how they win the war with those little guys over here. Maybe we'll do aluminum framing, maybe we'll do marine board the outside, and maybe we'll do aluminum doors with some frosted glass. I'm not sure. Like I said, we've got mixed feelings about that, but we're gonna sit down with some engineers and kind of go over that and see what combination will work best. We'll keep you updated on that. But you know, the most important thing is that we want them to have longevity. We want those materials to be sustainable. We want it to look really, really nice. I mean, this is gonna end up being a really nice house. You know, we want to finish it off with nice materials. Well, that's where we're at with that. But the next time I see you guys, a lot of these things are already gonna be done. These walls should be painted white. We should have poured outdoor walkways outside. So we're gonna have walkways go around the whole perimeter of the house, but we can't do that until we finish painting the house. That way, you know, that white color goes well beneath the cement. So we're getting there. And it's been, I wanna say it's been 7 months since we broke ground, and it feels like it's taking forever, but finally we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's nice to be able to see the finish line. We wanna thank you guys for joining us on our journey since day one. All you day ones out there, we really appreciate all the encouragement that you've given us, and we hope that when this thing is finished, and we give you the final walkthrough, that you'll love it as much as we do. So until then, we will talk to you guys soon. We hope you're doing good. And Baby Koa says hello to all of you. So you all take care, and we'll talk to you soon.